If you're currently disgusted with the events of 2026, like myself and most people that I know, we can just pretend that it's 2006 all over again. That's what I'm choosing to do. I'm choosing to live in my elementary school brain. And if I was in elementary school in 2006, you can gather roughly how old I am, okay? I'm not an old head yet, but I still crave nostalgia. So what I do is I like to pretend that Blockbuster still exists. Because why not? Because it kind of does. And if anyone tells you it doesn't, they're lying to you. Because all you have to do is go to your library and get DVDs. It's the exact same, it scratches the exact same itch as going to Blockbuster on a Friday night with your friends. Like, I will go, have no mind of what I want to watch, and I will go and just browse the shelves, and stuff that pops out at me is what I choose. And all free, because you know I'm not going to pay for something. Streaming services are the biggest scam to ever exist ever. For example, I was paying for, I think it was Peacock, I believe, and around Christmas time, I wanted to watch a Christmas movie with my sister, and I pay for the no ads version, because if I'm going to pay for it, I'm going to have no ads. Paying for ads is actually crazy. So I pay for the no ad version. I go to watch a Christmas movie, and guess what? All Christmas movies have ads around Christmas time. So guess what? I stopped paying, because you can miss me with that. So what I do is go to the library and pretend that Blockbuster still exists, and it's free. So I have a haul. I grab DVDs and CDs, because what I like to do, I'll do CDs first since it's not as Blockbuster-esque. I got Zara Larsson because she's popping off right now, and then I got this Disturbed album. You gotta have like your light and your dark. You have to have, it's all about balance, you know? But what I do with these is eventually I want to not be paying for streaming services for music. That's the one that I really am having a hard time cutting ties with. But what I'll do is I will put these in my computer and load them onto my computer, usually iTunes. Then I can just download them onto an MP3 player, onto an iPod, onto my phone. I can burn them into a different CD. So I can make playlists. That's what I'm really doing, is making CD playlists, burning custom playlists. That's like my current obsession, and it's so fun. But you have to have the music usually downloaded, and I know you can rip from Spotify, but sometimes it doesn't work. It's just, this is the easiest way to do it. So anytime I find an album that I know has like a couple songs I like on it, I will grab it from the library. My branch has like a decent selection, definitely not a lot. So it could be possible that your library doesn't even carry CDs because they barely have any at mine. But I also wasn't going to like the big downtown one. I was just going to like a local branch. I don't really know what they have in like the bigger one. So if you're struggling to find something, you can look it up online usually. I know my old library, I have 2 library cards because I lived in 2 different states. So digitally I can borrow, on Libby, I can borrow from both libraries, which is really nice. And Canopy, I can borrow from both libraries on Canopy as well. If you don't know what Canopy is, that's basically library streaming services. So I don't actually have to go get the physical copies of movies necessarily. I can go online and see if they have it in Canopy, which is just like a streaming service. Like I watched that Ferrari movie with Adam Driver. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, I watched that movie on Canopy, and it's just a digital, you use your library card for credits and stuff. I just love having a DVD. Okay, and then I have my PlayStation connected to this TV, so like if I really want to like nostalgia, like if I really want to pretend that it's the year 2006, I will just put a DVD, because this DVD player on this TV actually works. I usually will just load stuff onto my PlayStation. And my Switch is also connected to this TV, so I'm just really, I'm really hacking the system over here. But anyway, I will go and like literally just like pick out movies and check them out. And that's it. It's so simple, it's so easy, but I really honestly feel like it is so underrated. If you're unsure if they're gonna have the DVD you want, you can look on the library catalog online before you go. So if your library is far away from you, you can look it up before you go, see if they have it. And then you can also, if they don't have it, but they have it at another branch that might be too far from you, usually you should be able to place a hold, and then they'll notify you when it's at your local branch. So you don't even have to like, they do all the hard work for you. You literally just go pick it up, and it's all free. That truly is my icebreaker when I meet new people too. When people ask me like what I'm interested in, what I like to do and all that kind of stuff, the library. And people think I'm crazy, but like just nobody talks about it, how cool the library is. Everything is free. My old library has a library of things in my other state. You can rent like sewing machines, you can rent like the Cricut like vinyl cutter things, like you can do all of that. And of course, I own a sewing machine and I own a like vinyl cutter. I wouldn't have to buy those things if my current library had a library of things. I actually don't know if my current one does, but my old one did, and it's so cool. And then I know a lot of libraries do this, but they'll do the book club in a bag, and so you get a bag full of like books and discussion questions and stuff. And like each library will do it differently. The way my old library used to do it was like you could go pick up bags and you pick up a bag for each person. So it's a little library tote with the book of your book club and then a little packet of like discussion questions and a bookmark, all for free. Like that is so cute and fun. And then my old library was attached to like the community college campus, kind of. It was like a remote campus. So they had like lecture halls that you could just use. And I just thought that was so cool. My one now, like my local one now is pretty quiet. It's kind of in like a neighborhood area. But if I go to like the big downtown one, like they have so much, and then they have the beach one, which I love. I love the beach branch. That's my favorite one because they have like all of these shells with the descriptions, like the actual like species name. I don't know exactly what that's called, but actual scientific name. I guess that's the word. Scientific name for each shell and everything. And they have like sandcastle art, and they've got a bookstore cafe upstairs. Like it is so cute. And the bookstore cafe is like any books that get pulled out of rotation, they go upstairs and then you can buy them for like a super discount. I can't even explain to you how just satisfying that is. And yeah, so anytime anyone asks me like, what do you like to do? Go to the library. And there's a lot of online resources if you can't get to an actual branch. But going back to the whole DVD thing, more than just books, I get so many DVDs and I literally walk in, just pretend that it's Blockbuster like I used to, and I kid you not, I feel like a kid again. It is so fun. Everyone's generally quiet and nice in there. Like it's very just chill vibes. I have forgotten to return a DVD before and I never got fined. So I don't know if my library was like going away with fines. I don't know. I don't know if it like auto renewed. I have no idea. But I turned it in and I was like, uh-oh, I'm gonna have to pay like $1 for this. Nope, had no fines on my account. And I don't really know why. You don't even have, even if it's overdue, sometimes you might not even have to pay. My old library is fine free now. They've been fine free since 2019, I think. So anyway, The Mummy, because duh. This is such a good movie. If you have not seen this movie, one, are you living under a rock? And two, Brendan Fraser. Like, I mean, come on. Just so good. Will never get old. I want to do a Halloween costume inspired by this movie this year. But, I don't know yet. Midsommar, I never know how to say this. I've, like, never watched this. I know so much about it, but never have actually sat and watched it. So, I love Florence Pugh. And, like, with the new Dune trailer and all that coming out, I'm like, oh, Florence! So, picked this up. Resident Evil. The movies that are so bad that they're good. I can't even explain to you guys. Like, I love the Resident Evil movies so much. They're just so good because like the games are good too. And you want to know why this popped into my head? Because all I've been seeing on my For You pages are Leon Kennedy thirst traps. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed by that at all in the slightest. I feel like I'm going crazy sometimes when I try to explain to people that the library is such a good resource and it is so important to support your local libraries because it is such a good space. Even like they have so much space to where you could just go pick a book off a shelf and sit and read. So if you just need to be out of your home or out in a different environment for however long, you can go sit at a library and no one will tell you to leave. It's an amazing space. Like if you just need to clear your head, but it's like maybe too hot outside or whatever it may be, you can go sit at the library. You don't even have to like use anything. You can just go sit in the corner if you need to be alone. Like it is such an amazing place. I love the library so much and I grew up going to the library, so I think that's why I have such a love for it. But if you're like new to like booktube, book world, whatever it is, and you're just like not really sure about like the book community, literally just go to your library. Just go and hang out. Like you'll see so many different types of people. And it is just such an amazing time and it's such an amazing resource and people don't talk about it enough. And then I hate when I talk about the library and about how much I love it. I always feel like I want to preface it with, I know it sounds boring, but da da da. And it's just like, why do I do that? Because it's not boring. It is so amazing if you actually think about what the library can offer. Some branches are better than others. Some states will have better than others for sure. And like location really does play a huge role. So I completely understand if it's not like a feasible thing for you to do to go to the library, but there's plenty of digital resources. I don't know, I just feel bad sometimes when I preface with like, I know it sounds boring, but because it's so not boring. And I wish that like there wasn't a stigma around people who like spend their time, especially weekends, like at the library, because I'm such a, like, if I'm gonna go, if it's stay in or go out, I'm a stay in person through and through. I just hate that there's a stigma of like, oh, it's like a loser place to be, because it's so not. It's so not. The library is amazing. And honestly, it's so underutilized. I could go on for days. Yeah, with that, I'm gonna go watch a movie. Maybe I should go outside though. It's actually such a nice day. So, but yeah, I love the library. You should support your local library. You should look into what your library offers, because they most likely offer more than just books. And you can find really great community at your library as well. There are plenty of volunteer options if that's something you're wanting to do. There's so much that you can get involved with, and I really like it, and I think you should too. With that, I will see you in the next one.